Hey guys, this is SnackAttack8, and welcome back to Let's Answer Questions. This is part 5, and it's been forever since I put one of these up, and I'm sorry, but this is almost over anyway, so quit complaining. In this episode, we are going to be playing Banjo-Kazooie. Recently, after watching a stream and hearing some guys talk about their best Banjo-Kazooie times and stuff, I got inspired to try out making my own time at this game just to see how fast I could do it. And though this isn't that run, this was just me practicing for that because I was a little rusty on the game. So like I played through it and then I tried to play through it again a couple times, and I still kind of am doing that to see what my best time run could be. But this is just me refreshing my memory. And so since I didn't have any video footage, I was like, oh, why not just record this for answering questions? I mean, why not? Alright, and so let's get started here then, I suppose. Here I'm like, what the heck? But I was actually supposed to go down there. But then I was like, nope, I'm stupid. Like I said, this is just practice. So we're going to kick it off here with questions from Josh15Rao4. His first question is, what is the first game you played? Which I already answered. I'm not going to answer it again, but I answered that question in video 3, I believe. So if you want to know the answer and haven't watched that video, then go watch it right now, and then come back. I'll wait. Not really. Alright, his next question is, what character would best describe you based on your personality? And this is kind of like the one Turnipsbro Radish asked in the first video, but it's a little bit different, so I'm going to answer it. But I really don't have an answer to this either. If I had to give one, I would say maybe the main character from Persona 4. And this is such a cop-out answer because the main character in that game, everything you do in that reflects your own personality. So he pretty much is like a mirror of you. So I'm going to cop out and say the main character from Persona 4 because he is just that. He is your personality. Because he's just one of those totally blank slate characters. And that's my cop-out answer. I don't know. I really don't have a good one for this. And it's mostly for the same reasons that I didn't have a good answer to Turnip's question. But I've consulted with my table of advisors, which consists of Prince Laurel-kun, and he thinks that Zidane Tribal from Final Fantasy IX is a good character that would describe me based on my personality, but since I haven't played that game, I couldn't tell you either. I couldn't tell you if that was true or not. So what do you think, subscribers? What character do you think best describes my personality? Leave it in the comments if you want to. No, not really. But yeah, actually do if you want to. Alright. Next question. Will you ever do any online or multiplayer games with your subscribers? I don't really play too many online games. Hardly any, really. And the ones that I do play are on the 3DS. So I plug this in literally like every video now, I feel like. But if you want to play games like Kid Icarus Uprising and Mario Kart 7 with me on the 3DS, all you have to do is PM me your friend code, and I'll PM you mine, and then we can play. Like, if you want to do that, that's okay. I don't know if he meant, like, will you ever record any online multiplayer with my subscribers, which I won't, because I don't really play anything on the consoles that is multiplayer, online anyway, and can't record from a 3DS, so no to that. But if you want to play with me on the 3DS, like I say all the time, just hit me up, yo. Alright, and then his last question, this is going, oh no, it's not his last question, okay. His fourth question, and this is a good one, I like this one. If you were to create a video game sequel based off one of your favorite game series, what game would it be, what would it be called, and what would be unique about it? Which is pretty much 3 questions, but that's okay, because I'm trying to kill time here. If I could create a sequel to one of my favorite video game series, I would pick Pokemon Snap. Because personally, you've seen my LP of that. You know I love that game. And I always thought it had potential to be a lot bigger and much more fleshed out than it is. Because, I mean, obviously, Pokemon Snap, not even the original 150 are included in that. I think there's like, I can't remember how many Pokemon are in that, but there's not a lot. And I would like to see maybe Pokemon from all 5 of the generations in another one, and like more secret areas, because I thought that was a really cool aspect of it, and more gameplay mechanics. Maybe there could even be like optional paths that you don't have to take that you can just, like, if you do something weird, you'll just find it, and there could be all kinds of cool stuff like that. And I think it would really work well on the 3DS, because if you put it on the 3DS, you can even have like AR cards with like different Pokemon on them, and they could actually put that, I guess, on like the actual Pokemon trading card game, and like the 3DS could pick up the AR card, and like you could take Pokemon Snap-esque pictures in like real life with the Pokemon, like through the augmented reality card, and I think that would just be awesome. That'd be a great way to make money too. And then if they did it on the Wii U, that would work too, because like the gamepad, we've seen that now, and it looks kind of camera-like, so, and you could like aim it around the room and stuff. Like, there's so many possibilities. It'll never happen, I'm certain. It'll never happen. But I would really like to see a sequel to Pokemon Snap. So that's my answer to that question. And then his last one is, what is your biggest pet peeve? I normally am not the type of person who has too many problems with people. Like, if you're occasionally annoying, I'm not gonna snap off on you. Like, usually I'm pretty relaxed around other people. But one pet peeve of mine that's pretty big, is when people talk while eating. Like, people talk while they're eating food, and like they smack their lips, and like, cause it's hard to talk while you're eating food anyway, but if you're like, and like you're trying to talk while doing that, and you're just like, and there's little like chunks flying out of your mouth and stuff, it's like, that's gross, dude. Don't do that around me. Because it gets on my nerves, and it bothers me. Both the visual aspect and the auditory aspect, because people sound nasty while they're doing it too. And usually the worst offenders of this peeve are the ones who don't realize they're doing it. So whenever this happens, I come to the moral dilemma of whether or not to totally call them out and be like, that's annoying, or just let it slide, which I usually do, because I don't really confront people that much. But yeah. And usually if someone does it that bad, then you figure someone's going to tell them that eventually. So... yeah, but that, I would say that's probably my biggest pet peeve, if I have any really big ones. Alright, the next question is a set of 10, asked by Slagathorism, who is my girlfriend. For those of you who don't know, she was allowed to ask 10 because, first of all, she made a video response asking 5 more, and second of all, it's just she can break the rules, so that's okay. Her first question is, if you could live anywhere on the planet, where would it be? And to that I would say, the answers to most of these questions are pretty short, but I would say probably New Zealand, and the reason behind that is just because everything looks awesome in New Zealand. Like, it just looks like a cool place to live, but who knows, maybe if you researched it more it would be stupid. I don't know. Here I totally mess up, I forget to get the speedy shoes, and I think I realized that like halfway up the tower, and I'm just like, shoot, gotta jump off. Plus I miss like all these notes. But yeah, New Zealand. I think I would really like to live there. It'd be an interesting experience. What 5 things, this is another classic, what 5 things would you bring if you had to live on a desert island? Food, water, and survival tools excluded, and you can't leave, so don't say a boat or something. People can be included. I would bring a piano and a guitar, neither of which I know how to play, but... because I've always wanted to learn how to play both of those instruments, and on this island I would have time to do that. And that would keep me occupied, so probably those. I could master my skill at playing instruments. She said no survival tools, but I'm gonna say duct tape. Because a couple months back I watched like a Mythbusters where they were duct taping everything on deserted islands, and like making all this cool stuff. Even though it's not technically a survival tool, I feel like it would be the most useful non-survival thing, or tool, I guess, that you could have. So that, then I would bring a copy of an encyclopedia, so like I could read over it and memorize all the facts in there, because I think that would really help me stay sane. Just, you know, because encyclopedias, there's so much different stuff in them, there's so much different content, and just, I don't know, I think it would be soothing at times to read through that. And then last, I would take, since she said people were allowed, I would take my girlfriend, Slagathorism, so we could both live on the island together and make
a wonderful home there. No. And why did I miss those notes? I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, next question is, what did you have for lunch today? For lunch today, I had a turkey sandwich, as well as goldfish and gummies from the vending machine at work. Because my family lives in squalor, and there was no other food in the house other than what was needed to make a turkey sandwich. So I bought it. That's what I had for lunch today. Not exciting. I should have done this on a day when I had, like, filet mignon. Like 4 filet mignons. That would have been perfect. Because you know I do that so often. Next question. Which is better, shepherd's pie with green beans and tomato soup, or with British gravy and peas? Shepherd's pie with British gravy and peas will always be my personal preference. But green beans and tomato soup is pretty freaking good too. If you don't, and you won't understand that she was referencing, there's a debate going on between my family's recipe for shepherd's pie and hers, in which mine is the green bean. No, mine's the British gravy and peas, and so I've always preferred that own family recipe. The next question is... Okay, the next question is, just how cute could a Keeg Chuck be if a Keeg Chuck could be cute? And to that, I'm gonna have to answer, if a Keeg Chuck could be cute, she would be the cutest. Next, which Pokemon is the cutest in your opinion? And to that, that's a hard question, because there are a lot of cute Pokemon, and I am not one for skipping out on voicing my opinion on what's cute, because there are just so many cute things. But probably, if I had to pick the cutest Pokemon, I would say maybe Teddiursa from Generation 2, just because it's like a little bear, and it's like, I don't know, I always thought that one was cute. There's tons of others, probably one that's cuter than that I think, but I can't remember right now. So we'll go with Teddiursa, and miss that note, and go in there at 0 seconds! It's like those close call bonus barrels that Laurel and I keep getting. Okay, what is your favorite non-gaming activity? In which I've been informed Let's Playing and stuff on YouTube doesn't count. So I would say probably my favorite non-gaming activity is just hanging out with people, maybe, friends, you know, and just talking to people. I just think that's fun. It's interesting to do. Only to people that I'm really close with, though, because I'm not the biggest fan of just talking to people I don't really know, because that usually bores me, because mostly the people that I'm close to and are friends with are people that I think are interesting, and that's not everyone. But yeah, so that. Alright, next question, do you think baby sea turtles are cute? In which case I would have to say baby sea turtles are adorable. And then here's a final serious question from her. What, and it's, sorry, I'll read that over. It is, what game do you wish you could LP, but the LP community has done them so much that they're oversaturated on YouTube? Which I think is actually kind of a problem, in a way, that's sort of plaguing the community. But for my answer to that question, I would probably have to say there's 2 games, and those are Super Mario Sunshine and The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. And maybe not so much anymore, there might be one that's more overdone than those, but I can probably bet you that more than one LP of that game has been started in this month alone. Or more than one LP of both of those games has been started in this month alone. And I think the reason for that is really because a couple years back, both NCS and Chugga Conroy did LPs of these 2 games, and before that you really didn't see them that much, but after those 2 did them, and then like I guess Josh Jepson, I think he did them too, and just everyone started doing Mario Sunshine or Wind Waker, and I got so sick of those LPs. Like honestly, if I was checking out someone new during that time, which was I guess a couple years ago to even now currently, if I'm checking out your channel and you're doing an LP of those games, the honest to God fact is I'm probably not going to subscribe, just because I'm so sick of seeing LPs of those, because they're just so overdone. And those are both 2 really good games that I really like and would like to do LPs of myself, but no. It is just, yeah, no Super Mario Sunshine, no Wind Waker. I've seen LPs of them too much. I've played them a lot outside of that, and just no. And that's the end of the questions for this video. I thought I could fit in one more, but I don't know how much I've recorded of this game, and I think it's going to run a little too long. So in the next episode, we'll finish up the last 2 people's questions, which is going to make this a 6-part project, but that's pretty cool. And yeah, so until then, guys, I've been Snack Attack 8. Thanks for asking the questions. I had a lot of fun answering them, as always, and I will see you in the next questions video, which will be the last one. Yay!